You don't want smoke, though. You don't want problems. Yeah, you don't want problems. You don't want smoke, though.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the heart of Texas and the very wonderful AT&T Stadium in Arlington. A moment ago, here was the scene with the Cowboys emerging from their tunnel. It was loud. It's still loud. We're ready for football as the Cowboys get set to match up with the Minnesota Vikings. Here's Kai Forbath now to get us started. And we are underway from AT&T Stadium. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he... would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
Cousins now to throw on first down. Completes it to the fullback, Ham. The game's first play produces 6 yards. Brings up second down. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
At the 27-yard line.
Let's go.
Cousins to throw it. And this one hauled in by Rudolph. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. An early test. 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2.
Any weapon? 53, Mike. You're not ready. 53 to Mike. 53, check 53.
Gun.
53 to Mike.
Hey, Clipper.
Wild Bill.
Wait your hot.
Now Cousins. Pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. Malik Collins, he's the culprit, causes a loss of 5, and it brings up 4th down. Okay, look at this. The punt team nowhere to be found. They're on the sidelines. Offense going to go for this on the opening drive. To throw is Cousins. And the pressure gets to him again. A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game. And boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. A 10-yard touchdown run as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you've got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
Forbath to send it away now following the touchdown. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And all that that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And last time out, went for it on fourth down, turned it over, gave him great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on fourth down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
Hey, watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen.
Now Cook.
Switch.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Cousins throw complete to Thielen. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
Wall, get wall. Check 4, check 3 on it. Two.
They just do get the playoff. Now Cousins. He's going to float this one deep, and he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Stephon Diggs, 35 yards, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Well, they got the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So I'll leave it at 7 now as they kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Here's Prescott. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes it's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
Space to maneuver at the 40. And he'll finally be taken down just shy of midfield. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. These two teams all tied after one. They keep on the ground with Elliott. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. Xavier Rhodes makes the tackle. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Now Prescott completes it to Jason Witten. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Man, I got you.
Prescott from the gun on third. Flush to his right. Oh, he's looking long for Witten. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Dak and the offense still out there. They are going to go for it. Now Prescott on fourth down. He's got his target. It's Cobb. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. It's a gain of 16 and the Dallas first down.
And that's a big pickup of a first down. And you know that all week, both sides of the ball, offense and defense, are going through every situation. And in this case, the offensive guys had the right play dialed up because defensively, you work on fourth down situations as well.
And deflating for the defense. They can't get the stop here. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Here we go, 46.
From the 24, Prescott. And now he'll tuck it and run. 5 yards on the scramble, and that's enough to pick up the first.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll pay a visit to Jonathan Coachman. He's in Orlando, and he'll have our EA Sports halftime report. Oh, he shifts past him, and he'll be taken down here at about the 11. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
And Elliott trying to work his way forward, but it looks like he did not make it. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On now is Kai Forbath to try the field goal. Forbath will put this one through, and they take the lead here now at 10-7. So they get 3, certainly hoping for 6 after a 13-play drive.
So you console yourself on defense by saying you did your job, right? If they go 13 plays, you only give up a field goal, you did a nice job there. But here's the other part. 13 plays, you don't force any mistakes, you don't take the ball away. Maybe that's the way they should look at it.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of 6s back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football.
Hey, no, easy. Recon, 132 fighter.
On second down, Cook. Even with the nice move, can't go very far. Stop short of the 30. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half.
All right, now here we go.
Cousins on 3rd and 2. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Throwing is Cousins. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far at 2nd down. Well, prior to that, he had hit his first 6 passes to start the game, so on a nice little run to begin.
It feels like this offense has carried its dress rehearsal into the game. You know, because you do practice it, you do go through it, and in this case, it is clicking exactly like they drew it up.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Check, check. Lucky. Watch that. First.
Cousins gives way to Cook. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up. Final play of the half, Cousins. And Diggs has it. And eventually taken down, but how about that athletic spin move we saw? Gives him the first down yardage. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. The Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or 2 shy of the 30. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ballgame.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. So it would appear they will not be able to add to their lead on this opening drive of the second half.
Yeah, if another touchdown was scored there, now we're talking about a 2-score game, and they're probably on their way of creating an excellent gap between them and their pursuers. But how about the defense there, able to step up and keep themselves in this one?
This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. Looking to throw. Prescott. Caught by Cobb. 17 yards on the play there, and the Cowboys have a first down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. They go to Elliott again. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage.
I'm scared.
Out of the gun, here's Prescott. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. The defensive end, Danielle Hunter, drops him.
That would be exactly what they were looking for coming out to start the 3rd quarter. Get a sack, get off the field, get the momentum going in their direction.
Get the ball back to your offense, right? Get that momentum because, hey, this lead is very, very slim. No move to get the offense off the field here. They've converted once on this drive. On 4th, they'll go again and try it once more. And he'll lay out and pull it in. What a diving catch there. Fourth down, no problem. 19 yards that time, but now it's 1st and 10. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. 10th carry now for Elliott. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the pass, but in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right, it might go to them in this game.
I like that, MVU. Well done.
Give him 10 there, good enough for a Cowboy first down.
What a catch, and one-handed, and I'm starting to lose my awe about the play, and maybe I shouldn't. How much of this is the player? How much of it is the glove?
Well, those gloves, they do have a little grip to them,
They
don't
get that little extra tackiness to them now, and I know the guys in the NFL, the competition committee, some other places, they're talking about examining those gloves to see if they're having too much of an effect on the game.
Back now in Arlington. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter.
40's a mic. 40's a mic. You get Rodney. You get
Again, it's Elliott. And again, the run defense stout this time. He maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no more.
And this is why the head coach gets paid the big bucks. Look at where they are in this situation, partner. Do you throw the ball here in a long-distance situation? Do you run it again and trust your defense and make sure you take care of the ball and punt it away? What kind of options do you have here, and what do you trust more on your team?
Yeah, they may have just pushed him back into that throwing situation. We'll see.
Check. Watch 54.
Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. And he's able to hook up with Michael Gallup. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Give him 15 there, and the Cowboys have a first.
1st and 10 at the 13-yard line.
Prescott now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
Stepping up, he's going to keep it. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
So they get to 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down.
Here we go.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
53. Man, that's track. That's track. Watch twist. Here we go, 48.
Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning.
He's coming. We got time.
They run it again with Cook. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. First down, here's the run with Cook. And some room to run now. The 20, 10, 5, touchdown, Vikings. Dalvin Cook, 60 yards, as they are now just an extra point away from taking the lead here in the final 2 minutes. Now they can boot it through on the always important extra point, and then their defense has to hold up their end of the bargain.
And there's something that you've pointed out in numerous games that we've worked. Okay, the excitement's going on. Everyone's celebrating over there. Who's calling up the defense to make sure they're focused, because they still have some work to do.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line.
At their own 31-yard line.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down. On third down, Elliott. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
They'll look to throw. Looking for Cooper, that's complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. Prescott now 13 of 16 throwing the football. It's first and 10. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's second and 4. They still got 2 timeouts. Got to start using them, don't they?
You absolutely have to. You save them for this situation, but you have to use them.
The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. A 3-yard pickup on second and 4. Now they'll need to convert here on third and a little more than a yard. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this fourth quarter of play. On third down, Elliott a first down and more. And he's across for the touchdown, and it's likely the game winner here in the closing stages.
So for those of little faith, guess what? It got done. They now have the lead with that touchdown this late in the contest. I wonder if that was a play they were holding or a play that they just knew would work from past experience.
Well, I just saw it in their eyes on the sideline before starting that last drive, and they did. You're right. They got it done. Looks like they're going to be the winners. Forbath to send it away now following the touchdown. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he is going to be taken down inside the 5 at the 4-yard line.
Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 4-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Critical condition here, obviously. Got to hope to get something quick right and then maybe take that shot deep.
And once they do take the big shot, you've got to worry on defense. Of course, no one getting behind the defense and make it an easy throw. But nowadays, it's not just the ball being tipped in the air and people in the end zone in a cluster. It's that guy that's short in the end zone who comes up and ends up making the play because he goes unguarded. So there's a lot to think about if you're playing defense in this situation.
We'll see if they can cover all their bases. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down. So they'll quickly now signal for the timeout. And it's definitely not looking good, but at least they'll have one final play to hope for that miracle and get them in the end zone.
Check. Watch 54. All day, every day. Listen. Watch twins. Watch wide. 49. Check 49.
One last shot now for Cousins. Flushed out right. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Jeff Heath. Well, we were on hand for a fun and entertaining game here, coming down really to that last play. Great job defensively to get the pick and seal it.
And we know that every play during a game matters. You're never sure which one's going to be one of the key ones. But at the end of the game, when you analyze it, 3, 4, 5 plays are going to be the ones you focus on. And that last play was one of them. The last shot had to take it, and they came up with the interception and sealed their victory.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Cowboys as we sign off and say so long from Arlington.
them skills. You ain't gotta tell me, I know I'm ill. Stories treacherous, I effortlessly show them skills. Yeah, so suspenseful, I'm up in the field. Saw it in my eyes, it was the Tiger Hill. Gon' jump off the line and see the flight of field. Rewrite your history off this line right here. Your best bet be ahead, easy to get rich or dead trying. This ain't never new, I just be 10 steps instead. Snooze, I won't, I can't lose, ready, rest or up bed. Do what you can to do, make your next move your best. I do this for the family, I might just blow my wheel. I'm keeping it so for real. Who feeling that glowing hill? I'm giving they soldier chills. My jury code is chill. Stories treacherous, I effortlessly show them skills. Yeah. Paper stuff the edge like I don't know no feel. See the pain deep in my eyes, they know it's real. Yeah, been this way before the deal. Say this one for your photo reel. Blessing after testing, I'ma show them skills. You ain't gotta tell me, I know I'm ill. Stories treacherous, I effortlessly show them skills. Yeah. I do this for the family, I might just blow my wheel. I keep it so for real. Who feeling that glowing hill? I'm giving they soldier chills. My jury the code is chill. Stories treacherous, I effortlessly show them skills. Yeah. Let's go. Get first off the edge like I don't know no feel. See the pain deep in my eyes, they know it's real. Yeah, been this way before the deal.
We emerging victorious. Years, blood, sweat, tears is glorious. I remember when they always ignoring us. Dash, got it on, smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, they will not stop me. Tenfold, copy, end zone, watch me celebrate. I'm cocky, I do my dance, jump in the stands. No man, the man, oh, deal with the hands. Thought they could guard me, I ruin they plans. I do what I want, they do what they can. Got it on, smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, 100 yard dash, 100 yard dash, 100 yard dash, 100 yard dash, 100 yard dash. They slept on the team that they owe me. I need a ring and a trophy. I say I'm the best cause I am. It's no need in keeping it low key. I can carve up the D like a turkey or run straight through the D like a train. This year we ain't taking no losses. It's all about making the game. I hear a lot of trash talk. He call us up making a name. I put on the jets. The coach will regret even letting them stay in the game. Team morale took a tumble. Next time be humble. I'm the lion in the jungle. You just try not to fumble. Rumble, young man, rumble. Never slip nor stumble. I take off, poof, magic. Now watch me juke through the traffic. Footwork fantastic. Dominating every facet. Treat the pocket like plastic. Here come the blitz, pass it. Got it on, smash. Foot on the gas. I will not crash. 100 yard dash. 100 yard dash. 100 yard dash. 100 yard dash. 100 yard dash.
From the site that many call the loudest in the NFL, we are inside Arrowhead Stadium here in Kansas City. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle with the New Orleans Saints. Here's the kicker, Harrison Butker, ready to get this one started. And into a sea of red, we're underway in Kansas City. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20.
Ready? Yellow lady, yellow lady. 56. Watch the out, watch the out.
Now a first carry for Latavius Murray. And he'll be corralled right around the 30.
Let's go.
He's tackled at the 34-yard line. A gain of 14. And the Saints first down.
Ready.
From the 34 now, here's first and 10.
Check, 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 check. Check, check, check. Check. 53's mine. Check. 53's mine. Hey, kill.
The first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Check, check, check. Let's go. Hey, we got mine.
Now on second and 13. Breeze airing it out deep for Smith. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Here's Breeze to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now here's a defensive timeout called by the Chiefs. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And it appears they'll go for it here on fourth down. A big call on the game's opening drive.
Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. Kill. Hey, easy.
And that'll set them back 5. And look at this. They're keeping the punter on the sideline. They're going to go for it here on the opening drive.
Check. We're good. Hey, easy. 11.
Hatchet. Big air.
Over. Hey, kill.
They do go for it. It's Breeze. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Chris Jones. And now, boy, the ball's going to go over on downs here inside the 10-yard line. Breaking the huddle, 1st and goal as the return team has set him up with golden field position. They'll try and run. This is Williams. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. That's what they wanted out of that 1st down play. Run it down there. Now they're knocking on the door.
The only thing that would have been better was getting it in, and now they can do whatever they want because they've got confidence on their side. Line up quickly and go, or savor it a little bit, but I run right back at him.
And he is unable to get in. They stop him at the line of scrimmage. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down.
And he is in. Touchdown, Kansas City. Punching it in from a yard away as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter.
But they decided to run it in and got it done on 3rd and goal. A lot of times that's a passing play.
And the kicker just has to come out for the PAT. He can breathe a sigh of relief as well, right?
Although I don't know if he's really breathing a sigh of relief. I think he likes to put 3 points on his ledger.
Point after, right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick them.
That's caught at the 25. A big play. Breeze finding Thomas. 51 yards.
First down, Saints.
56, Mike, 56.
X3, 218, chop.
Watch the ship.
0-2.
Breeze now on 1st down. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. And the Chiefs are going to signal for and be granted another timeout. And that's their 2nd charge timeout here in this 1st quarter. They're down to 1 remaining.
Ready. Yellow lady.
Mike, 56.
Kill.
They'll try the right side with Murray. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Working from the gun, it's Breeze. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
On 4th down, off goes Drew Brees, and on comes the Saints.